Everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. Ben's 925 is back together. This is the one we took apart on the live stream, and I had another one of my little mysterious camera malfunctions yesterday as I was putting this thing together. Thought I had it going, and I realized way too late in the process that I did not. So it's together, it runs, or at least it ran for 30 minutes on the bench yesterday, right here bouncing around. What I ended up doing was putting in, we kept the cylinder. Even though this piston was completely roached, the cylinder was okay. I ended up honing out the rough spots, and I mean lightly honing. I had intended to use a different cylinder. I had this one in my storage just for a rainy day, but when I went to use it, the right piston wasn't fitting in there. See this crack? Wherever the hell this one came from, somebody dropped it and it dinged on that edge. So it's busted part of the skirt off. Or not totally busted off, but it's cracked there. I wouldn't dare put that on a saw, and that just makes me sick, quite frankly. There were a lot of four-letter words when I realized what the heck was going on with that yesterday. So that made the fact that I could clean that other cylinder up so much the better. It wasn't my first choice. I wanted to use that one. That was a better cylinder. This one cleaned up well. That piston, there was no hope, but I had a piston and rings in stock, so excellent compression. I think we're going to be just fine on this. So after that 30-minute test run, it's been sitting for 28 hours. Let's see how long it takes to start, how well she does. Really want to see if my low-speed tuning has stayed the same. As the rings were breaking in, I was kind of chasing the tuning. Come on, baby. Did I run it out of fuel? It's not totally out. I'll put a little more in. What is this thing doing? Okay. That is the inlet screen on the carburetor. That sumbitch is plugged with some sort of debris that came out of the tank. Apparently, that's a new fuel line, a new fuel filter. God, did I do this carb? You know, it sucks having some-timers. Sometimes you remember, sometimes you don't. I honestly can't remember if I did this carb or if it was a quote-unquote runner as it came out of the box. I wish the hell I could remember. I'd like to think I wouldn't overlook that screen. Thank goodness it was there. Can you imagine all that trash getting down into the passageways. Oop. Come on, you. Don't deform on me. I mean, you wouldn't want that crap running rampant. There we go. Oop, come on, sit down. Running rampant in the saw. I'm thinking about things like the high-speed check valve and all that. Not a place you want. So what I'm doing here is a convenient feature on most Homelites. That fuel inlet side, the fuel pump side, you can access with it on the saw. Super XL family, you can do that. This family, you can do that. I think Super Easy are the same way. And if I have a saw that, you know, was running good before, and I let it sit, and go to restart it, and it's not running good, this is one of the first things I'm going to check. Because things don't just break. They don't just do something for no reason. And I've seen this too many times. Now that could have all been varnish that was inside of that steel pipe. Could have been. Let's find out. My guess is the low speed is actually going to be a little on the rich side now. Okay, that little adventure right there is exactly why anytime I work on somebody's saw, especially if they've shipped it to me, I don't just start it once and walk away and go, yep, it's running. There's going to be a couple test runs like this, at least one. And if I have any suspicions at all, there'll be more than that. This one, I need to have it sit overnight again, maybe a couple days, and refire it. But, yeah. Remember that. If you've got one running, and now that I'm thinking about it, that screen was starting to plug, if not plugged, when I was running it yesterday. Some of that tuning I was chasing, guarantee it was that screen plugging up. Remember that. It's such an easy thing to check right here. Now, before you pop that off, definitely release all the pressure in your tank by loosening the fuel cap. Otherwise, you'll pop this cover and have gas spraying everywhere. And that's not good for anyone. So yeah, just release the pressure, pop that cover, check that screen. If you can't see light through it, that's the telltale sign. Or if a silver screen all of a sudden is varnish brown, that's also a telltale sign that something's not quite right. So, anyway, Ben, she's got enough compression to run an idle now, and I can get it up to temperature, and it doesn't lose all that compression and not run. So that's a good thing. Wasn't a whole lot else that needed to be done. Everything looked pretty good for whatever reason, whatever it was that this saw ingested to cause this scoring and then the collapsing of those rings. That's what was going on. So that piston's where it belongs, in the trash can, and I'll let this thing sit for a day or two and try one more cold start. Make sure she holds a tune.